What's happening, everybody? I'm Steve, and welcome back to Junk Drummer TV. Today, I thought we would look at the Modern Drummer 2023 Readers Poll. I think Modern Drummer is the best of the instrument-centric magazines by a lot. I mean, how many times can you buy a Guitar Player magazine and get an Eddie Van Halen transcription in the back? Modern Drummer, for years, they've been around since 1977, which is as long as I've been around, making sure that the history of drums and drummers is documented well. Modern Drummer is great at it. Sometimes the Readers Poll shows us which bands have the best PR department. And a lot of times they're right on. Let's check out the Modern Drummer Reader Poll. If you are a watcher of my videos, you know this is kind of a new setup. I want to do the Hall of Fame last. Let's do who won the All-Around Drummer. Greg Bissonette. A lot of people would know him as Ringo Starr's all-star band drummer. Man, he's played with David Lee Roth. Greg Bissonette's done everything. Isn't he in a band with his brother named Mustard? He's great. I've seen him live in Clinic before. He came to my home state's Day of Percussion, and he was like, seems like he was sponsored by like Peace Drums or something like that. Like he goes through, Greg Bissonette's kind of a drum whore. He's been sponsored by every drum company ever, which makes him perfect for Modern Drummer. The runners-up were Mark Guiliana. A lot of these drummers I won't know. Omar Hakim, Russ Miller, Antonio Sanchez. That's a strange range of drummers for it to be all around, because like Antonio Sanchez is like a Latin master, Latin jazz master, and Omar Hakim is like a pop funk master, and Russ Miller, lots of other stuff. I don't know the other guy. Yeah, man, okay. Greg Bissonette, All-Around Drummer, 2023. Oh, R&B and Funk Readers Poll winner, Questlove. Amir Khalib Thompson, I think is his real name. Actually, you have, here it is. I have one of his drumsticks signed. A student got that for me. Dude, it's Questlove, man. I fucking love Questlove. Man, I've played along to the Roots records, probably more than a lot of records I've ever played along with. Everything he does is great. He's perfect. He's the man, and he's cool as shit. And Jimmy Fallon is not cool as shit. He actually sucks. But the best thing he's ever accomplished is to put the Roots on television 5 days a week. I know a lot of people said that they sold out doing that, but I mean, maybe, but I don't care. Everybody gets to see them now, and that's always a good thing. Every drummer should listen to Questlove. He's so good. Runners up, Justin Brown, who I don't know. Adam Deitch. I've never knew how to say his name. I actually opened up for him when he was playing in Lettuce. My band played right before him. He's fucking great. I learned of him through the first Schofield record he was on. Zigaboo Modaliste. I don't know how to say that last name either. You know, legendary drummer of the Meters. I fucking love him too. And Stanton Moore. There's a lot of New Orleans on these runners-ups. Dude, I don't know Justin Brown. I'm sure he's great. All four of these drummers are the shit, and you should listen to them all, even though they are a runner-up. Clinician, educator, online. I wonder if I'm nominated. Shit, I'm not. Thomas Lang. Actually, I have the Thomas Lang DVD. It's one of the last ones I ever bought, actually. His, how-to, and he has the best explanation and demonstration of playing behind, on top, and on the beat. Thomas Lang's great. He's German, right? Runners up, Tommy Igoe, Larnell Lewis, Todd Sucherman, and Dave Weckl. Okay, so it's Modern Drummer, so we're going to see a lot of Dave Weckl on this list. If you're a fan of the channel, you can go back and watch that video. Tommy Igoe, he's great. He has one of the better instructional books. Larnell Lewis, he's amazing. Friend of the channel, we've done a video on him. Todd Sucherman, he's everywhere. Whoever that band, he plays with Styx, right? Is it Styx? He's always on lists and always in the algorithm, and he deserves to be. That guy's great. And like Dave Weckl on there. Country Americana. This one I may have a strong opinion about. You have Elijah Wood, the drummer for Shania Twain. This is where it kind of feels like the PR machine is out there just making sure that their artist's name is in every music publication. She's good. I've seen videos of her on Instagram and stuff. She's good. She's good. Oh, and we got runners up. Jay Bellaros. I love that guy. He plays with, he's like, he is a studio beast. That guy truly lives in the studio. He did a record with the new Basement Tapes, produced by T-Bone Burnett. And all the drumming is just so perfect. He's just always right. Garrett Goodwin, I don't know. Rich Redmond, I do know. He's like the coolest, bestest looking glitter britches drummer in Nashville. He's a monster. He's a monster player. Jack Summers, I don't know, but here's the thing. I have a little in on this. I think that it should have been Rodney Elkins, friend of the channel and friend of mine in real life. And you can tell I haven't done this kind of channel video before. He plays with Tyler Childers, and he's on a record called Can I Take My Hounds to Heaven? And it's just some of the finest drumming that you're going to hear. He was in Modern Drummer, so they know him. He should be the 2023 country drummer. By a lot. See about jazz fusion. Oh, hey. There's Dave Weckl. And then we have runners up. Man, okay. So if there's any better example of a art form that is frozen in time, every one of these names, except for one, which is very forward thinking, are all guys that were nominated back in the 90s when I first started reading Modern Drummer. I started reading Modern Drummer in like 93. Swear to God, maybe Gary Novak hadn't come, but Steve Smith, Billy Cobham, Dave Weckl were definitely being, nominated. Gary Novak's great. He played with Chick Corea. I've seen him play live. Steve Smith is someone I love. I don't like the music that he plays and like Vital Information, but I love the way he plays drums. And I use him as an example for my students to see fluidity and smoothness around the drum set. Because when he moves around the drum set, it's like ballet. And then Lewis Cole is a great nomination. Because it's someone who's not a baby boomer. Got to make sure that this drumming community is moving forward. Hip hop. The winner, C.J. Thompson. See, I'm not going to know a lot of these cats. Hayes Amaze. Daru Jones, I do know because he plays with Jack White. Guiana Morello and Carrium Riggins. I know I'm butchering all those names. Yeah, I don't know. I just figure like Questlove would win the hip hop one too. I'm sure these guys are fucking amazing. Jazz. Let's see if Jazz has moved a few centuries ahead in who they've nominated and voted on. Peter Erskine, one of the all-time greatest, man. Weather Report. He's the man. Is he really the best jazz player out of like the millions, like right now in 2023? I'm not saying he's not great. I'm just saying like, man, is there anyone else besides Brian Blade? Is semi-old head. He's great. These are the runners up. Terry Lynn Carrington, semi-old head. She's great. I saw Brian Blade play with Christian McBride and Chick Corea, and I can tell you now I am not smart enough to explain what I saw that night. Joe Farnsworth, don't know. Nasheet Waits. I feel like I've heard him before. Yeah, jazz. Anyone remember jazz? Metal. Let's see what metal. Who won the medal? Oh, yeah. Okay. Jay Weinberg. Can't argue with that. This will be the one that actually has maybe some newer, forward-thinking drummers on it. Jay Weinberg, dude, he's a master metal drummer. Art Cruz, drummer for Lamb of God. He's great. Lars Ulrich is on this list of runners-ups. People, what more can I say? Dirk Verburen. Seems like I know that name, but I don't. And Brooks Wackerman with Avenged Sevenfold. And, man, that new Avenged Sevenfold record that he's on, the drumming is great, and it's fucking really weird. Like, Avenged Sevenfold apparently is going through their Mr. Bungle phase, and Brooks Wackerman pulls off some great drumming on that record. Can't argue with any of those guys. Yeah, you can. That one. Pop. Sarah Jones. I don't know. Oh, she plays with Harry Styles. Okay. Obviously. That makes sense. I mean, it's a pop drummer and it's like one of the biggest pop artists in the world. Yeah, that's obviously what has to happen right there. I'm not going to know any of these people either. Matt Billiginsley, Jonathan Ginger Hamilton, Darian Javon, Chris Johnson. I'm sure those all people play with like Billie Eilish and fucking Lady Gaga. And man, you got to be a different kind of perfect to play that pop music and play it correctly, because you're playing so much drums over programmed drums in the original. I see rock has progressed since Chad Smith in 2023 is the best rock and roll drummer. 2023, man, that's rough. Runners up. Not that Chad Smith isn't great, but whew, man, it's 2023. Runners up. Old head Jimmy Chamberlain, who's one of my favorite drummers. Both of these guys are friends of the channel since I've done videos on them. Zach Farrow, I don't know. Josh Freese. I mean, like, Josh Freese could have been like all around, right? Josh Freese could have been like 2 or 3 of those, awards, and he's no spring chicken. Alex Gonzalez, I don't know him. Yeah, Chad Smith, still the best rock drummer. Studio, Travis Barker. I like this guy. Travis Barker's awesome. Friend of the channel. Done 2 videos on him. He's actually the first time I ever got in trouble with my comment section because I just briefly talked about his bad technique, which he does have, and whew, I got beat up. Travis Barker's great. Okay, so for Studio Cats, moving right along, Kenny Aronoff in 2023, great. Josh Freese, you could almost say, 2023. Abe Laboriel Jr., I love him. He's one of my favorite drummers of all time. Abe Laboriel Jr. can get every award every time. Ash Sowen, seems like I know him, but I don't. Abe Laboriel Jr. is my fucking hero. I want to be him when I grow up. Streaming social media, I wonder if I'll be nominated. Did not get nominated. Christina Rebelchenko. Yeah, I've probably seen her play. Yeah, maybe. Where are they don't have the runners up, so I could have been nominated and didn't know it. You know what I mean? So we can hope for that. World percussion. Me and Antonio Sanchez could be on this. Giovanni Hidalgo. Man, it's 2023, Modern Drummer. Whew. He's the man. Like, he's the best. I've seen him play live at the LP booth at a PASIC one year. No, it was the LP conference room. Man, we were drinking tequila and watching Giovanni Hidalgo, and it was fucking amazing. Aarto, Ray Cooper, Zakir Hussain, V. Selva Ganesh. I've heard Aarto play, and I've heard Zakir play. I wish I was better at world percussion. I never had the talent for it. Like, I practice some of it, but I just can't do it right. You know what I mean? Recorded performance. I mean, yeah. I know it's 2023 and it's Dave Grohl, but, kind of have to, right? You have to. Runners up, Dave Lombardo. Rites of Percussion, which I don't know what that is. That sounds interesting. Metallica, 72 Seasons, drummer Lars Ulrich. Winery Dogs 3, drummer Mike Portnoy, And then Vital Information, Time Flies, Steve Smith. I have heard, I may shit on him, but I've heard more of Lars's new stuff than any of this other stuff. And Dave Grohl, of course. Yeah, Dave Grohl, of course. It'll be 2033, and he'll still be winning shit. Educational institution. Of course it's a School of Rock. Of course it is. School of Rocks are everywhere. That's like a franchise teaching school. Runners up, Berklee College of Music, Manhattan School of Music, North Texas College of Music, USC Thornton School of Music. You know who I'm going to pick? And it's because I'm biased. I would pick North Texas College of Music because I partied with those guys in like 1996 or 7 in Nashville at PASIC, the PASIC I talked about earlier. And man, those Texans know how to fucking get down. So yeah, if you want to go be awesome, go Go to North Texas College. Educational product. Steve Smith, Modern Drummer Legends. I think that's him kind of like running through styles of the early jazz players. That has to be great. Steve Smith's awesome. Tim Carman, Haynesism. Whoa, is that a book just about Roy Haynes's technical shit? I need that. Dave DiCenzo, fluid fills and musical phrasing. David Garibaldi, still, I use him all the time in his linear book. DG's notebook, and John Riley, the master drummer. Obviously, buy all those things. Progressive rock. What we got here? Progressive rock. Mike Portnoy in 2023, obviously. Well, I mean, why would you? Why would you not? Danny Carey, who is probably the best drummer ever, so he can just win every award that he wants to. Mickey Cavs Cavanaugh, don't know. Gavin Harrison, friend of the channel. One of my earliest ones. I like his work in Pineapple Thief. And actual friend of the channel, Borge Kolstad of Leprous, who I did a video on and a really good interview. I did a really good job on that. You all should go watch my interview with Borge Kolstad. You'd have to go way back in the library. You know, Mike Portnoy, obviously in 2023, the best progressive drummer of the thousands that are out there. Up and coming. Oh, by the way, let me go back to that. And we're going to watch her. The Warning Girl, friend of the channel. Leprous is actually a progressive rock band. Their last two records, it's a Philion, and the one before that, are truly exploring different ways to put songs together and eschewing tradition and tropes. And that's what progressive music's supposed to be. I think Leprous, and I know this will sound biased because I'm kind of friends with him, but I think they're the progressive band right now. They're always changing and always doing something new. Oh, we got Paulina Villarreal, friend of the channel. Done videos. I did a video on her and had a whole bunch of creepy comments, if you know what I'm saying. She's great. The Warning's great. It's like a good rock band. And this generation needs a fucking rock band. That isn't my generation's rock band. Runners up, Daniel Fang, Savannah Harris, Garrett P. Tyler, Mark Whitfield Jr. Don't know any of those cats. But yeah, The Warning, she's awesome. And now let's go up and do the Hall of Fame. Oh, obviously, Alex Van Halen is one of the most underappreciated, underrated drummers of all time. Friend of the channel, did a video on him. He suffers from what I call Alex Van Halen syndrome. It's those cats that get forgotten about in a band because they're in a band with two or more gigantic personalities and they forgotten about. Like Alex Van Halen. Yeah, but he's in a band with Eddie Van Halen, David Lee Roth, and fucking Sammy Hagar. He's one of the greatest. I think he is as important to rock drumming as Eddie is to guitar. That may be a hot take. May not be. But I don't think it is. This is what I wanted to end the video on, is the Modern Drummer Hall of Fame I think is actually important. They've curated it wonderfully. If you go through there, you can't argue with any of them. Even if you don't like the genre of music, if you don't even like their particular way of playing, you can't argue about the importance of everyone in the Hall of Fame. And like, if we go back and we're talking, you know, Taylor Hawkins last year, Nico McBrain, Dave Grohl, Clyde Stubblefield, Larry London, Jeff Porcaro, it's all murderers. But there's one name that is not on here, and it's fucking criminal. And when this comes back around next year, I'm going to reach out with a couple other podcasters that we have planned to get together and push for Lee Von Helm to be in the Modern Drummer Hall of Fame. It's crime. Everybody else, Dave Weckl, Carl Palmer, Tony Williams, Ginger Baker, Jack DeJohnette, Charlie Watts. It's all the important ones. And there's 46 of them, I guess. Yeah. Or 44 because it started in 79. Lee Von Helm needs to be in there. Modern Drummer Magazine. You can stay maybe too connected to the past, but there's one in the past that you need to reconnect with badly, and that is you have to put Lee Von Helm in the Modern Drummer Hall of Fame. Thank you, Modern Drummer, for all of the entertainment that you give me. I still buy you in paper form, but maybe if you want to stay relevant with the children's, maybe update, and let's not have Chad Smith as the best rock drummer in 2024.